Hello friends, welcome to the session on Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. The Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi coined the slogan Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. This implies together with all, for the development of all and with the trust of all. He coined this slogan after he registered a landslide victory in 2019 Lok Sabha elections. This slogan is an extension of his earlier poll pitch, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Shri Narendra Modi, speaking at the United Nations General Assembly in September 2019, stated that India has its 1,000-years-old culture which has its traditions, and that is assimilating dreams of the world in itself. We believe that public welfare should be done through people's participation, and this public welfare should not only be for India but for the welfare of the world. That is why our inspiration is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. Through this mantra, the present government categorically wants to focus on the poor and remove the trust deficit of the minorities who are deceived by the traditional vote bank politics. This inclusive agenda of government is in accordance with the dynamic, ever reverberating and living philosophy of Bharat, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, meaning the whole world is one family. The agenda also resonates with the spirit of Sustainable Development Goals, whose motto is to leave no one behind. Let us try to bring out the spirit of this mantra by looking at some important flagship programs and missions of Government of India. Firstly, I refer to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, that is housing for all in urban areas. According to the present government, Housing for All, a centrally sponsored scheme, will ensure that every Indian will have a safe and secure roof over his head by 2022, when India completes 75 years of independence. By then, 40 million new homes would have been made under this program, that is more than total number of households in many countries. The mission also prescribes certain mandatory reforms for easing up the urban land market for housing, to make adequate urban land available for affordable housing. Houses constructed under this mission would be allotted in the name of the female head of the households or in the joint name of the male head of the household and his wife. 10.28 lakh houses under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban have been sanctioned by the government until August 2020, taking the total number of houses sanctioned so far under the scheme to 1.06 crore. Let me talk briefly about Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. This was launched on 18th February 2016 to ensure protection of crop loss for entire cropping cycle, that is from pre-sowing to post-harvest activities. In addition, there is a comprehensive risk coverage against drought, floods, inundation, landslides, unseasonable rainfall, hailstorm, natural fires and cyclone for the standing crop, as well as coverage against hailstorm, cyclone and unseasonal rainfall for post-harvest crop. Coming to Ayushman Bharat, this scheme was launched on 23rd September 2018. It is a progression towards promotive, preventive, curative, palliative and rehabilitative aspects of universal health care through access of health and wellness centers at the primary level and provision of financial protection for accessing curative care at the secondary and tertiary levels through engagement with both public and private sector. It adopts a continuum of care approach comprising of two interrelated components. First is the creation of 1,50,000 health and wellness centers which will bring health care closer to the homes of the people. These centers will provide comprehensive primary health care centers covering both maternal and child health services and non-communicable diseases, including free essential drugs and diagnostic services. The other component of Ayushman Bharat, namely Pradhan Mantri Jana Arogya Yojana, aims to provide financial protection for secondary and tertiary care to about 40% of India's households. Together, the two components of Ayushman Bharat will enable the realization of the aspiration of universal health coverage. Another important initiative of Government of India is BharatNet. BharatNet is a flagship mission implemented by Bharat Broadband Network Limited. National Optical Fiber Network was launched in October 2011 and was renamed as BharatNet project in 2015. BharatNet is a project of national importance to establish a highly scalable network infrastructure accessible on a non-discriminatory basis to provide on-demand affordable broadband connectivity for all households and on-demand capacity to all institutions. This scheme was set up to realize the vision of Digital India in partnership with states and the private sector. The entire project is being funded by Universal Service Obligation Fund, which was set up for improving telecom services in rural and remote areas of the country. The objective is to facilitate the delivery of e-governance, e-health, e-education, e-banking, internet and other services to the rural India. Let us also briefly talk about Soil Health Card Initiative. Deterioration of soil chemical, physical and biological health is considered as one of the reasons for stagnation of agricultural productivity in India. The objectives of the Soil Health Card Scheme, launched on February 19, 2015, are to issue soil health cards to farmers every 2 years so as to provide a basis to address nutritional deficiencies in fertilization practices. Soil testing is developed to promote soil test based on nutrient management. It reduces cultivation cost by application of right quantity of fertilizers, also ensuring additional income to farmers by increase in yields and promoting sustainable farming. Then coming to the intensified mission Indradhanush. Government has recently launched this to intensify the work undertaken under Mission Indradhanush in December 2014. The aim is to reach out to partially vaccinated and unvaccinated children with all the available vaccines under Universal Immunization Program across 381 districts in 29 states and union territories. The key objective behind the launch of the intensified immunization drive was to ensure that no child suffers from any vaccine preventable diseases. The program aimed to cover the low performing areas in the selected districts, that is high priority districts, and urban areas with special focus on unserved and low coverage pockets in urban slums with a migratory population. Next is the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bhima Yojana. The scheme was launched on 9th May 2015. It provides insurance cover to common people, especially poor and the underprivileged sections of the society. This scheme is offered, administered through both public and private sector life insurance companies in tie-up with scheduled commercial banks regional rural banks and cooperative banks. Pradhana Mantri Jeevana Jyoti Bhima Yojana offers a renewable 1-year term life cover of rupees 2 lakhs to all subscribing bank account holders in the age group of 18 to 15 years, covering death due to any reason for a premium of rupees 330 per annum per subscriber to be auto debited from subscriber's bank account. Coming to Pradhana Mantri Suraksha Bhima Yojana, which was launched on 9th May 2015 with a view to enhance the level of insurance penetration in the country and to provide insurance cover to common people, especially poor and the underprivileged sections of the society. The enrollments under Pradhana Mantri Suraksha Bhima Yojana have gradually increased since its launch. As on 31st July 2018, 13.74 crore people have been covered under this across the country. Let me talk about Atal Pension Yojana. Atal Pension Yojana is the flagship social security scheme of Government of India, launched on 9th May 2015 with the aim of delivering old age income security, particularly to the workers in the unorganized sector and government, providing guarantee of minimum pension after 60 years of age. The scheme, even after garnering 2.23 crore workers under the ambit of pension, still remains unequivocally relevant for addressing the challenges of rapidly increasing aging population of India. Apart from remarkable enrollments, the scheme has been implemented comprehensively across the country, covering all states and union territories with the male to female subscription ratio of 57 to 43. During many international events, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has left no stone unturned to promote the idea of togetherness and achieving the set target of inclusivity. For him and his government, the idea behind this initiative is not limited to the boundaries of India. During the high-level segment of United Nations Economic and Social Council, while addressing the dignitaries, he reiterated the motto of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi firmly believes that the idea of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas resonates with the core SDG principle of leaving no one behind. The notion of Atmanirbhar Bharat, indicating a self-reliant and resilient India integrated with the global economy, also reverberates the idea behind the said motto. Thank you.